The Battle of Fallujah is the biggest urban ground battle since Operation Iraqi Freedom was declared mission accomplished. The Americans knocked the hell out of the insurgents, block by block, house by house. The street fight is over, but Alpha Company carries on, hunting insurgents day and night in an area they call the wilderness of Zaidon. Everyone knows the Hajis are still around, but finding an enemy who doesn't want to be found is frustrating for Marines trained to fight. Alpha Company, 3rd Reconnaissance Battalion, operates from Camp Fallujah in Anbar Province. Their mission is counterinsurgency, a slow, tedious chess game with a hidden enemy. Captain Whitney, commander of 1st Platoon, constantly analyzes this enemy.
I think you need to spend the majority of your time looking at the bad guys and trying to understand them. You know, who they are, why do they do what they do. All of which is going to help you target them. The frustrating part is the insurgents blend in. They look like any other Iraqi. They're very cautious and they don't assume any risk or come out unless they are pretty sure that they have the advantage and that they can get away.
Alpha Company averages over 6 days a week in the countryside. 3 platoons patrol an area roughly 20 by 25 miles south and west of Fallujah. The Marines are ready and eager for the fight, but Gunnery Sergeant Big Daddy Croft knows it's not that simple.
The ideal Marine Corps mission is, here's our enemy, this is where he's at, go kill him. The reality is that now you have got to find him in and amongst the population.
The Gunny is Alpha's operations chief. He knows counterinsurgency is tedious for recon Marines. Big Daddy believes the trail to the insurgents begins with the hearts and minds of the local people. So, the Marines listen to their complaints and tolerate their apathy. And just maybe, they'll get their fight.
Okay. Usually, sometimes we'll let them take us through the house. Only just to make sure they don't get pissed off.
Everyone thinks you're just going to show up here and make an immediate impact. It's not like that. There's going to be a certain level of dislike and also a level of distrust. You have to come here and you have got to feel the land. You have to live in it. We spent more time out there living with the Iraqis than we have living amongst Marines.
Oh, tell them we're going to be here all day. We appreciate those. Salam. Ask them,
2nd Platoon is heading out tonight, and I'm going along. I've been filming with them for the past 2 months. To protect our movements, Alpha 2 travels randomly, selecting destinations at will. For the next 5 days, the platoon will knock on doors and talk to everyone they can. Knock and talks have proven effective for discovering what motivates their enemy.
They're not necessarily religious fanatics. It's like personal vested interest. I think some of it is probably just banditry. You know, there's money to be made in placing an IED, shooting a rocket at a convoy, extortion.
The die-hard insurgent, the guy that wants to be a suicide bomber, that's a small percentage of people. It's more like organized crime. It's a way to make money. I mean, there's people that kidnap for ransom. There's people that, build IEDs to sell them. They're doing what pays right now, and paying right now is fighting us.
Alpha 2's platoon leader is Captain Hawk, a man accused by his brother officers of not laughing enough. In my opinion, Hawk may laugh least, but he will laugh last.
I'm the law, as far as I'm concerned out there.
I think Big Daddy's right on. They don't like us. Usually if they're openly friendly, they're being monetarily motivated. I wouldn't want to say they're a nation of liars, but if there's an honest Iraqi out there, I just haven't met him yet.
Hawk's platoon sergeant is Staff Sergeant Davis, a South African who says he'll shoot me in the leg if I make 2nd Platoon look bad on camera. He's kidding, I think, but Davis likes to keep you guessing.
And my wife says it's the African way. I'm not happy unless something's going a little bit crazy. Like if my sailboat's sinking, she says I get this look in my eye that scares her because I'm actually having a good time. But I don't know.
Inside the team room, it smells like dirty socks. No one cares.
This is the pregame warm-up.
Doc Maury is a Navy corpsman from California. He's well-liked and respected for his special talents. Part doctor, part listener, everyone knows that Doc is a straight shooter.
Doc Maury, he's a character. Juggled on Nickelodeon. He's a really good dude. He's very intelligent, he's smart.
Neanderthalensis, area of induration, 2 separate subspecies.
That's what I do. If one of the members in our team got hurt, I have more than enough confidence in Maury that he would, fix us up and get us back in the fight.
We have our good times. We do. It's the juggling. The throwing the dance parties in the team room prior to going out on a mission.
I don't want to grab someone else and have it.
It's all a good time, but everybody understands that this is the business and that there are risks in the business.
Standing here, watching Doc juggle and the guys relaxing, life seems simple. Maybe it's the risk, maybe the danger. Hard to tell. The odd thing is, at this precise moment, life feels good.
My girlfriend doesn't understand it. She doesn't know why I do what I do, why I like to do what I do, because I could get killed. I don't think women will ever understand that. It's a guy thing. That sounds stupid to say that. It's a guy thing to go off to war and kill other people, but it's just a male thing.
When we're all sitting around, as a big group, no one's gonna sit there and confide, and be like, I'm so scared, nobody wants to hear that shit. Call your girlfriend and bitch to her about how bad it is. We don't give a flying shit, you know what I mean? You let out a weakness like that, we're just gonna rank on you, Grow a pair of balls, come on.
Alpha 2 radios outbound, and we roll. Leaving the gate, the convoy spreads out to minimize a hit from a roadside bomb. But there are no guarantees, and everyone knows it.
Hey, if it's your time, it's your time. At 2 o'clock in the morning, there is no way in hell I'm gonna see an IED going 40 miles an hour down a hardball road. Unless the thing is in the middle of the road and it says IED on it. If it hits me, it hits me. So be it. It was my time.
I got a man on the right.
The Marines have infrared light to see at night. It lights up the road for them, but it's undetectable to anyone else. My camera uses a starlight lens so I can film in the dark. "30 minutes of twisting and turning down dark roads, and we roll up to our objective, the residence of a suspected former Saddam loyalist. The platoon and a detachment of Iraqi soldiers traveling with us surround the house. This house will be our base of operations or firm base for the next 48 hours. The concrete buildings provide protection from observation and indirect fire. On the other hand, kicking people out of their homes in the middle of the night does not generate goodwill. The owners are upset, but it won't change things. Captain Hawk informs them they will be paid when we leave. He gives them 15 minutes to get out.
Grandsons.
Their protests are useless. Hawk's decision is final. Davis sympathizes, but only for a moment. The longer this takes, the less time his men will have to sleep.
They've got 5 minutes to get out of here, or I'm gonna put them out. 4 minutes.
Oh, wait. That's not gonna fit.
Let's go. Yeah, up. Goodbye now. Goodbye, Speed. Pleasure. There you go. All right.
Everybody beds down for a couple hours, gets a little rest, and then you start those morning knock and talks. And in midsummer in Iraq, it's going to be unreasonably hot by, 8 o'clock.
All right. We're hitting these houses right here, so let's go.
Team 3 begins their security patrol. Sergeant Stevens is team leader, call sign Spartan.
Morning. Hello. Fallujah's dangerous now, though, again.
They don't want us to go condition one of the birds.
Good team leader, solid individual, strong Marine. He's built for action. That's what he likes. He's very disciplined, but he's definitely keen to fight.
Is he a farmer? What does he do for a living?
Sergeant Stevens is one of the hard souls in 2nd Platoon. He'd sneer at that idea, but let's put it this way. Sergeant Stevens doesn't waste energy.
I'm a man of few words, period. I mean, I just don't say a lot unless I've got a lot to say. Yeah.
Brad's personality is, it's a pretty hard personality. You don't see faults in him like you do a lot of other people. And so that sort of like makes this sort of superhuman aura about his leadership sometimes. I think that's how he maintains the discipline that he does.
The barriers for their pens, sweep those.
Stevens overlooks nothing. His leadership is an economy of style. Sarcastic, honest, and blunt.
All right. Exciting, huh, sir? Yeah, there's a lot going on here. It's no longer the siege of Fallujah, it's just maintaining the peace and keeping the insurgency quelled. A lot of people are disappointed, but that's just the way it is, and I myself am disappointed, but I mean, that's the way it is over here, so what are you gonna do? Just pick a fight? Yeah. Shukran.
Stevens' leadership is critical as summer temperatures climb and the hunt for insurgents intensifies. It's 8:30 a.m. and the day is already a scorcher. The tough part will be in another hour when it could hit 117 degrees. On a day like this, you can drink 8 liters of water and never piss.
It sucks. It's like like a physical burden because it's so hot and it's cumbersome, and like every single piece of gear that's on you is like, it'll be digging in your shoulder, and then you move and your gun belt's digging in your hip, and it's like annoying. And then at the same time, on the mental side of it, you're just like, get me out of this heat. That's all you think about. Make no mistake about it, it's tough. Definitely, it's real tough.
Wow, my gear is really killing my back right now.
Nobody escapes the pain.
All right, take this road.
And there are no excuses. Recon Marines have heard them all anyway. This is hard work, not for the weak of mind or body. There are no insurgents here today, just children with desperate futures, and a Marine patrol witnessing suffering day after day.
He's a guard for the school? Oh, okay. So he has access to the school?
I noticed, but I mean, it's Iraq. That's how it is all over this country. It doesn't really affect me. I don't really feel bad for them or anything like that. I mean, that's their life. That's all they know, so.
All of us are glad to return to the firm base and get out of the sun.
This house right here is like the Playboy Mansion of Iraq. I mean, I'm sure there are other palaces that Saddam built using his oil money instead of feeding the women and children of this country, but this is our best firm base that we've stayed in so far, and I'm not complaining at all.
Corporal Kostelny is a man who makes no excuses and tolerates none. Whatever sympathy he may have once felt for the Iraqis is gone, disappeared into the daily grind of life in the wilderness of Zaidon.
You know, this was supposed to be the mecca of civilization. The Fertile Crescent, the Tigris and Euphrates. This place is a f***ing dump.
We like to refer to him as the Neanderthal, mostly because of his prominent brow ridges. I'm gonna f***ing kill you, motherfucker.
The great thing about Kos is he's an extremely intense Marine. He's really into his job, what he does. But as far as his just general demeanor, his attitude, the way he paces, the way he conducts himself, is he really tries to throw up a wall around him, sort of a field of intimidation.
Kostelny is no diplomat, but most Marines identify with his views of the Iraqis.
Yeah, I mean, they lie to you. They don't trust us. They think we're, big bad America, and we're from the West, and, we're all a bunch of, I don't even know what they think of us, but I know they don't like us.
It feels like an oven at 4:30 p.m. when Sergeant Murphy and Team 2 move out. Staff Sergeant Davis says it's only a standard foot patrol, but I know he wouldn't be going along if that was true. Our first stop is a bombed-out bridge.
Got to the bridge, noticed that there was the few pontoons that had been blown away. Those were still missing. However, in the water, I had noticed that there was some lines inside the water and a boat, and basically which that told me that they have the ability to move personnel and whatever the personnel are carrying.
The bridge will have to wait. Davis is headed to a village controlled by a local sheikh and his sons, one of whom is number 15 on the battalion's high-value individual most wanted list. The HVI is suspected of firing rockets at Camp Fallujah. Davis intends to find him and bring him in.
So this is his house right here?
Arriving at the sheikh's compound, several men appear, claiming to be brothers. But ID cards prove otherwise.
We had 4 brothers and a sheik, and all the names are different. So right there, that tells me somebody's not telling me the truth.
So how do you bring him back to point?
Just become blunt.
Somebody is shooting rockets from this area, and we know that they are.
مستحيل. وأنا أجزم لك مستحيل. I said.
By radar, we know that the rockets are getting launched from this area. It's a fact.
وأنا أجزم لك مستحيل.
Ask him why the Mujahideen are such cowards and they fight like women.
The sheikh's son is not aware that Davis suspects him. Instead, he and his father turn their attentions to Major Richardson, the civil affairs officer who previously has given them money.
The high-valued individual was real friendly with us, and then he started lathering us up with the whole coalition forces are good and we're here to support you. So we started doing a little bit of circle talk. Eventually, we got him to admit what his real name was.
My grandfather always said, "Don't ever let anyone piss down your back and tell you it's raining." I wonder how that might translate into Arabic. Abruptly, Davis stands up in mid-excuse and leaves. A translation will not be necessary.
Thank you. Call in, see if we can find out what we got on him. Because this is like the f***ing majors in there like, oh, this guy's doing such a good job for the neighborhood and but I think he's definitely a shady motherfucker. 6, this is 5. You have the full name that we have for this guy, right? That's affirmative.
What I was doing was I was making radio calls just to get any follow-on information that I had and get confirming names and information that they had. Because some of the names match up, but then some of the key family names, like if they're all brothers, they should all have the same name in it, and they don't. So something's awry.
By matching up cell phone numbers with family names, 2nd Platoon definitively identifies the Sheikh's son as HVI number 15.
So that was the name? Matched up?
Yeah.
All right, bingo.
You got him?
He's going with us.
You gonna walk him or one of you want to follow him?
Zip tie him. I'm gonna hog tie him. I'm gonna make him like do the worm all the way back. I was just ready to arrest the guy and be done with it. The HVI was not gonna give us any information there because he thought he was still in the clear. And I was ready just to zip tie him and get on my way. Turns out he's not such a good guy. You know, it makes you wonder where exactly half that money is going, because some of it's going to the projects and maybe some's getting used to fight us. The one right off of it, I will mark it. What do you got? What do you got? Which way is it going? Which way? Move up, get behind the buildings.
The gunmen slip away, and the Marines return, never firing a shot. The suspect suggests it was a wedding celebration, but the Marines are done with this circle talk.
We got guys on the roof that we positively ID'd. I got another guy dressed in black taking cover behind a wall. That was not a marriage.
I heard horns honking earlier for a wedding.
Celebratory fire is usually fully automatic gunfire and preceded typically by a lot of horn blowing on vehicles. A lot of people are present. You could see on the other side of the river there was absolutely nobody there. You know, they always put it on full auto. They like to hear that full auto.
You think this guy knows who it is?
Absolutely.
Seriously?
Oh, yeah. I do.
Cam's got full contact report. He knows what we've done, and I told him we're going to just grab this guy and take him back. We're going to start heading back to our front base. We'll keep him updated on our move.
Is he got to send a vehicle to come get it, or we're walking with him? All right. Hey, let him know that he's coming with us. Yes, him right here. Yes. What's that?
As you like.
Okay, let's go. Just him.
That's him.
We still have his phone. I think I still have it.
By just saying, hey, we really would like you to come with us. Not really giving him an option, but telling him he's coming with us, and him just walking with us makes it a lot easier. Let's go. Hey, Murphy, let me know when you're up.
The Marines are unaffected by the gunfire. They want to kill insurgents, but murder in wartime is not part of Alpha's doctrine.
If you don't have visual identification on who you're firing at, chances are we're going to hit somebody like innocent civilians. I don't think I want to live the rest of my life knowing that I killed some 6-year-old girl because I just started throwing rounds downrange.
Hey, is he saying anything, is that normal? Call for prayer? Okay. I could leave Iraq never having shot anybody or having engaged the enemy, and quite frankly, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. At the same time, I could get in full-fledged firefights and kill 100 of these individuals, and I still wouldn't lose sleep over it.
Day one is not over. We're on foot, and it's getting dark. Our movement is slow, cautious of roadside IEDs.
There's two ways to find a mine with the metal detector. It's either going to go beep or boom. Either way you find it. We prefer the beep.
When we're not on patrol or getting ready for one, sleep is the great escape. Bitching and eating is the norm. Hunger is never a problem, but eating can be. The heat robs you of any real interest in food, and the menu doesn't help either. So you compensate with creativity and denial.
We eat snack bread. It's supposed to substitute for a bun. What tastes like synthetic meat compressed into a type of patty, cheese whiz, and barbecue sauce. That's bad.
Food being cooked makes it easy to forget MREs. The Iraqis offer to share their food, and I gratefully accept. Eating hot food while sitting on the floor doesn't bother me at all. After lunch, a convoy from Camp Fallujah arrives to pick up HVI number 15 for his interview and detainment, polite terms for interrogation and arrest. The legal system out here is crappy, and justice is uncertain. But this is war. All I know for sure is we leave here tonight. Moving to our next firm base in the dark is stressful. Then, one of the Iraqi soldiers accidentally fires his weapon. The Marines are pissed. There is always concern things like that aren't accidental, but rather a signal to enemy insurgents announcing our position.
I take things real personally. It is frustrating when the individuals have negligent discharges, because that obviously endangers my Marines, but they're not Marines. And I cannot hold them to the same standard that I hold my Marines to.
Our new firm base is a deserted house. Tomorrow, the mission will be the same. Knock and talk, gather intel, look for HVIs. The dawn seems peaceful enough, but to Sergeant Garrett, that doesn't mean too much. Team 1 makes a security sweep of the back alleys before starting our knock and talks.
Trigger man could be sitting up on any one of these roofs, blow up an IED and you have no clue where he's watching you from.
Big Daddy is right. Coaxing information from an apathetic people is never easy. Corporal Milbrand is Team 1's designated interviewer. He loves to talk.
What is birthday?
Persistent. Perseverance in this environment is really good when it comes to a gift of gab.
What's he smoking?
I don't think Milbrand has ever met an audience he didn't like.
Just kidding.
But he's no fool when it comes to circle talk.
Every single Iraqi out here, the first thing out of their mouth is, oh, everything's good, everything's fine, nothing's wrong here. And you kind of play along with them a little bit, and then after a couple of minutes when they feel all comfortable, then you pull the bullshit flag, and you're like, all right, you just got mortared from your backyard. You tell me everything's fine.
But denial is merely one of several experiences that awaits you when entering an Iraqi house.
With these Iraqi guys, and they're like porn hounds. Like, it's ridiculous. You get them on a computer, all they want to see is porn.
These are strict Sunnis too?
Yeah, strict Muslims, my ass.
Zobai? Yeah.
Behind the walls of their homes, Iraqis reveal information for many reasons other than patriotism.
What's his sub-tribe?
You'll be surprised, sometimes brothers want to kill other brothers over land. Ready? Say cheese. Cheese?
I'm not speaking English.
You just spoke English, man. See, there you smile. I got you. They don't want to help. They're afraid for their family, for their own lives, that the insurgents will come and kill them. I don't know what else you can do. We can't, twist their arm into helping us out or make them do it.
They don't want help, hey. They don't want help. Sooner or later, somebody's going to tell us something. And until then, we'll just keep asking everybody.
By 10 a.m., we're back at the firm base with nothing to do except sleep. But it's too hot for me. Davis can't sleep either.
It's 90 degrees right now.
In this room.
In this room. In the shade.
What about your plan for tonight?
The battalion commander stops by to see Captain Hawk, then leaves. Everything seems peaceful. Suddenly, down the hallway, an Iraqi soldier is having a problem.
We ran into a situation where we had a ISF guy who had been bitten previously, probably spider, throughout the course of the patrol. He was scratching his head, he wasn't bathing properly. It got infected, and that infection started moving at a rapid rate.
Going back to camp would require a convoy and exposing the platoon to IEDs. Out here, it's a balance between a patient's needs and keeping guns online.
If we can treat him out here, we will. Obviously, we don't want to drive around any more than we have to. We do the same thing for him as we do for our Marines. If I got bitten by a spider, I wouldn't be wanting to go back to the base and be like, I got bit by a spider. I got to go home. I tell these guys to fix me up out here. That's why we bring them. Solve our problems.
This is 10 milligrams of morphine. This is actually his second dose. Jeremy has started picking on his head a little bit. We're going to have to actually make a small incision and debride the infection that's in his head right now. So he's probably going to be a little excited after this.
Essentially what we're going to do is we're going to try and fit in a cotton tip applicator and break up some of the innervations of the infection and try and get as much infection out as possible. Patient's dosed with about 20 milligrams right now of morphine because this is going to bring him off the table.
Is this a possible evacuation?
Yes, it could very easily turn into that kind of a situation. One of the big problems we have with guys getting infections while we're out in the field is that what he's experiencing now is not a big deal when it begins, but within a couple of days, and we may not be going back to the mech for a week, it can very easily turn into a big deal.
In our sack.
Ooh, there we go. You want a close-up of this, Gordon?
That is as successful as you can get right there.
Let him see.
See that? That's why I was pushing. Keep that. It's very easy to break that sack. If you break that sack, you usually have other problems.
It's good stuff, isn't it?
I still think I got some shit in there.
Yeah, it still looks indurated. Physicians and medical providers back home, this may look like quite an archaic procedure, but when you're out here in the field, you sort of do what you do with what you can.
The procedure completed, everyone thinks about sleep. Forget that. 10 minutes later, we're arriving on site to assist the battalion commander, call sign Crazy Horse. His convoy was hit by an IED on the same road we traveled less than 12 hours ago. "30 minutes after the explosion, it's doubtful the triggermen remain in the vicinity, but the hunt begins. Team 1 detains 2 young Iraqis, but a search of the house and yard turns up nothing. Sergeant Garrett lets the men go.
Roger, we have 2, but they were the guys driving the truck.
Meanwhile, Davis and Team 2 detain a large group of men they discover in 2 nearby houses.
Nobody had heard anything, nobody had seen anything, nobody knew anything. In that situation, what we did was we rounded up every fighting age male so that we could question all of them.
We'll just do 6, 6, and 5.
These 3 men test positive for explosive residue. They're lucky to be alive.
You want to put all 3 of them in the hole? Yeah, all 3 of these clowns.
There's no doubt in my mind that those 3 individuals could have been shot. So that just demonstrates the discipline that the troops do have. And yeah, it's unfortunate that we aren't able to go ahead and eliminate them. They get the ordnance because it's plentiful in the area, set up a real simple device that's detonated by a cell phone. You know, initially they had to have wires attached to it. We could just trace the wires back and shoot them. However, now they're using cell phones, which complicates things a little bit more.
These guys all tested positive for TNT.
More than likely, it's the same 3 that had tried to blow up my platoon a week earlier. I think all indications lead that these individuals were responsible.
The Marines are suspicious as to why so many men were gathered together in the middle of the day with no women or children present.
These guys didn't turn in any IDs. I just grabbed them out of the vehicles, and I just ended up with that stack that we ended up with.
Captain Hawk orders every detainee be tested for traces of explosives. He and Davis suspect there might be more triggermen.
You don't have to be an explosive expert to in place IEDs, and unfortunately that's the beauty of it, simplicity.
We're facing that farmer who got a certain amount of money to go throw an IED down on the road, and he's not motivated by anything political, he's just getting a week's pay out of it.
A 4th Iraqi is arrested and moved upstairs with the others.
Tell him he can relax.
All of these suspects are eventually found guilty.
Stop being a pansy.
I had just seen this last week with another detainee. I did a quick head-to-toe assessment of his vital signs, and there was realistically nothing wrong with him except maybe he was suffering from a great deal of anxiety because he was going to jail.
He's faking. This gentleman right here is being overly dramatic because he's basically found himself in a situation where he is going to go to jail. Yeah, you're not
All this phony theatrics and crocodile tears might fool some people. It just angers Kostelny.
They cry like swine. Not that this culture is a subhuman culture by any means, but what kind of honor do you have you start crying like a bitch when we treat you, 3 square meals a day and all the medical treatment in the world? You start whining. Have a little self-pride.
Alpha 2 has no time for this kind of theater. We're moving out again. We're going north. It's midday, a dangerous time to travel.
Hey, Calm, you know what?
Why?
My little sister, back in the States, can dial up some numbers and call somebody anywhere she wants to and have perfect reception. And not only that, she can take a picture, snap, and send that just as quick. Meanwhile, the Marine Corps and the rest of the armed services still decides to use this, which only works if God likes you.
God doesn't like us.
Shut the up. I'm sorry, Kosh, I took the attention from you.
Camera,
Oh, you are one to talk, dude. Don't let me kick you in the head. I'm Kostelny, I need attention.
We're in our 3rd firm base in 4 days. Security patrols report nothing unusual.
Where that's easier to collapse down.
Monotony and hot weather make the guys restless. Without action, 2nd Platoon copes with the mundane with black humor and adrenaline.
I always wanted to see what like a full bat swing would do to somebody's face if you hit him like right in the nose.
It would probably hurt him really bad.
Just the nose? All that swing?
Yeah, but who would swing it? Like Barry Bonds?
No, me.
Shit, I wouldn't want to get hit by Barry Manilow swinging a bat full.
I just wanted to see,
Full bore.
what it would do to like a human face and like head.
You're a little odd, Schmidt.
That depends.
Why don't you just hit a coconut?
Wouldn't be the same, man. Trust me, I've thought this through.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It was Virgin Mary. Rough waters. There's my smallpox scar. I got the red lines in Australia. You can see the sea turtle in there, and then the wave coming up around it. I picked it out. It was my first one. I liked it. On my back, I have my childhood heroes, Calvin and Hobbes. I got this cross that one of my buddies drew up. Looks like a cartoon head. Yeah, it does. F*** you, Perry. Oh, damn. So far, our count is 5 out of 22 guys don't have a tattoo.
And the only other thing I want to know is why do you eat a French fry and you won't eat it where you touch it with your fingers?
Unhygienic to eat the whole fry.
Unhygienic.
We're living in a f***ing Haji house. Shitting in a hole in the ground, man. You're talking about unhygienic. F***ing guy.
Out here, you can't stay wired tight 24/7. It'll break you. Don't think these Marines are full-time knuckle draggers either. That's only an image. They're aggressive, no doubt. So when Iraqi soldiers challenge them to a wrestling match, they gladly accept.
That set back the cause of the Iraqi-Marine relations?
No, I think it was a good friendly contest, helps build, inter-unit morale and camaraderie. That and our smallest guy kicked his ass.
Because he has something wrong with his breathing. His asthma.
They all say that.
Yeah, his asthma.
The Iraqi obviously had the body weight advantage, and he pissed out the window, letting little Vata beat his ass. So that kind of gives you a little insight on our brothers in arms here.
It was only entertainment, but Castillo had a lot to lose.
I couldn't even think about if I lost. The cost would be on me, just nabbing in my ear. Everybody.
It's always real. Sometimes it's fun, but it's never real fun. Patrolling in the wilderness of Zaidon is the job, and nothing is easy out here. One day it's 115, the next 118. Out here, you adapt and improvise, or you fail.
I think we should see if they can get through. No, we just ground guide them.
It's never personal. It's just the way it is. Alpha 2 must work together.
Let's get everybody out of the vehicle except the driver.
Never getting too up, never getting too down.
We all volunteered for this job. We're professionals, give 100% whether we like it or we don't like it. Usually it boils down to the guy to your left and the guy to your right. And you know they're doing their best to take care of you, so you do your best to take care of them.
Alpha Company's commander is Captain Barr. He's aware that the monotony of the mission can lead to complacency, a tendency to relax, maybe drop your guard. That's dangerous thinking.
There isn't the classic World War II mount up and go meet the enemy on the field of battle. Here it is the constant drawn out patrolling, and then when the heat's just absolutely sapped you and you got to take a break, that's when they're going to try and get at you. And that's the type of stuff that you you can never totally let your guard down.
You just gotta keep on keeping on. Life's a garden, dig it? L-I-V-I-N.
You definitely have to learn when to be able to stand down, relax, and where you need to know when to kick it up, because you might have 100 times where there's nothing going on, but that one time that you decide that you're gonna maybe not cover your buddy's six, that's the time that you're gonna get hit, and that's how people die out here, just getting complacent.
There's no sign of the enemy, so they knock and talk, take pictures, and wait to get hit by an IED. It's easy to become hardened to the poverty around them. If the Iraqis don't seem to care, why should they? We're hanging out at a family compound, designated as the Quick Reaction Force, covering 3rd Platoon, who is operating nearby.
It's way too hot in this country.
Staff Sergeant Davis won't let us relax. All around this area, other units are being hit, either by IEDs or suicide bombers, driving Japanese cars wired to blow.
I mean, the problem is that, like right now, it looks peaceful, but at any moment, somebody could take some pot shots at you, and those could be the ones that hit. You never know. So you gotta constantly be ready.
Schmidt's ready, he's got a spoon.
I'll somebody up with this spoon.
This young girl is catching hell from her older sister and younger brother because she is being too friendly to us. This seems like the ultimate culture clash. Medieval tradition versus the internet generation. Whatever it is, that little girl is getting punched in the face for being nice to Marines. It's too much for Davis, who lets one kid know hitting girls is not acceptable.
Don't kick girls, okay?
Don't kick girls.
Is she hiding her head because of the camera or because it hurts?
No, it's not hard for her. It's fine. But she's afraid from the stitch.
It's 8:30 at night and close to 90 degrees.
The stitch is in the first one.
Good old Doc Maury, always the respectful corpsman, sews up the wound on this Iraqi woman's hand.
Actually, we have some, I brought some non-stick dressing. It's what I do. It's what I do. It's not the most sanitary little aid station we did out there on that truck hood, but you do what you can when you can.
You say thank you very much. I appreciate for you.
وديها الباج يلا.
The people here may not love us, but most of them are not violently against us. They simply want to be left out of the struggle.
They want to be able to raise their sheep and goats and kids and, basically just survive like they have been doing for thousands of years. So they're strong people. They'll survive.
Specific flower.
Believe it or not, all of these kids are from 3 families. It's a shock to realize that half of Iraq's population is under 14 years of age, a whole generation born and bred in war. 10 years from now, I wonder what this place will look like.
We say we are very happy to see you, and we hope that you will back to United States safely and together your family.
Tell them I appreciate it. If you're sure you don't want the money, then you can use it for whatever, water, food.
When the Marines offer to pay the owner for using his house as a firm base, he refuses. And he's a Sunni, too.
We are very appreciative for you. You protect our homes.
Okay, shukran.
So, what about Marines like Kostelny, or Maury, or Davis. You might think you know these guys and form instant judgments. That would be a mistake. Because out here, the only thing that's instant is death. And then judgments are meaningless. Judgments. We all make them. Clothes, looks, jobs, table manners. The list is endless. Marines are no different. Especially recon Marines.
Anyone that takes anything negative and tries to throw it against us, as in like I'm dishonoring myself, my team, my platoon, and my corps, they can f*** off, because that's what I'm not here to do. I'm here to accomplish the mission and get the job done.
You got a great Marine. Could you imagine taking Joe Schmo, college kid, and putting him in the same room as Castelli for a couple hours? You know, I mean, costs a good guy. I don't know. There's a lot of things that I think people take for granted.
Everyone here is a volunteer, and because of that, everybody knows why they're here. I'd like to think that we're serving our country, but me personally, I don't see what I'm doing now as that heroic. I see it as a job I have chosen to do, and I'm going to do the best I can at it.
I need to get some rest. Tomorrow, we go again. The Marines of Alpha Company stand watch, keeping me safe while I sleep.
Fire that thing.